Well, hey family, this is Darlene with Jewelry by BDK. I am sitting here making bracelets, and I'm making bracelets for a couple of upcoming events. And I am going to be using some of these painted wood beads that I have, in addition to one of the wire wrap beads that I made. And also, I'm going to be using my wire wrap coconut chip as a charm. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this one. Different beads. So I got my little stretch cord, and I use what's this stuff called? I use Stretch Magic for my bracelets, and I always pre-stretch. And I like to pre-stretch because if you don't pre-stretch, at some point as you wear the bracelet, it's going to enlarge, and once it enlarges, it just really loses, you know, all its shape and everything, and you have to take it loose and redo it. So I like to pre-stretch the cord. I was in the store yesterday, and I went in there to buy some wire. The store here had a really good sale where I was, you know, be able to buy a lot of these spools for a little bit of nothing, you know, with my little coupons and stuff, right? So now you can look at this spool and tell I've already used it. I've used wire off of here, and I promise you this is what the spools look like in the store. For they were charging the same price, but I would have got a good discount with the coupons and all that good stuff. But this is how much wire they're putting on spools now, and I'm like, this is just crazy. So I am going to have to go out of my comfort zone and go on a couple of those websites that you guys have suggested. And probably buy some wire off of there. I think the hesitation for me is because I've never used their product, you know, from any of those online stores. So that's the setback for me is, okay, if I buy it, if it's not the best wire that I use, or, you know, if the color is not gold like this, you know, then I'll be like, oh shoot, now I got to return it or do something with it. So I think that'd be the hesitation or the resistance on my part to buy, you know, online. But I'm going to check out a couple of those stores. But anyway, I'm working on bracelets for a couple of events that I have coming up. And I'm going to be using some of these beads that I painted. So I'm also going to be using for the focal point one of the wire beads that I put together. So we're going to use this as the focal. And then I'm going to go ahead and put... I was thinking, let me try this one and see what this one looks like next to it. Oops. Okay, that's how that looks so far. Pretty good match with the colors. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this yellow one, yellow with black. These are all hand-painted beads. All these beads are in my Etsy shop for a limited time. So if you're interested in any of the beads, you can find these in the Etsy shop. That link is in the description. These colors match really, really good. So I'm going to kind of keep going along this way. So let's do... And it's nothing to create bracelets, you know, just a matter of minutes. You know, you can have a nice number of bracelets already just made up like that, you know, because you're basically just stringing them. And it does take a type of coordination, like with the colors, with the type of beads, you know, just to put everything together. I've seen people's... I think what I want to do, I'm going to take this apart because I don't want the colors like that. So I'm going to take this apart, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the color ones here, and then I'll use a lot of those yellow. So let's put this one on here. Try these and see what these look like. And see, I like that because that gives it more of a focal. And then you have all those colors, and then I'm going to try it again with the yellow and then see what it looks like. Might end up using all the yellow ones. I was thinking to myself, that's pretty. I was thinking to myself over the weekend, we had got news about last week, it was one person from my not my specific congregation, but a sister congregation here in San Diego, where the young lady passed. And just Saturday, we got information about one of the sisters in my congregation where her daughter, her one and only child, her daughter passed away. And I was just thinking to myself, you know, and then there's people, you know, that I know that are either in the hospital or they're just not doing well as far as like health. And I'm just like, Lord Jesus, thank you, you know, every single day. And I ask him every single day to just preserve me, you know, to where I am able to get up and do things and move around and, you know, just be an active person. And I do know sometimes I'll be slipping, like with my little workout, jumping on my exercise bike and that type of stuff. And I said, okay, I really got to get back into that. And also like eating. I like sweets. So my thing a lot of times is sweet. This is pretty. I like that already. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a couple of these on the end. Let's try these. I like sweets though. I haven't been too bad with it, but I said, okay, I really got to do better. All right, so let's see this. Let me see if I think this is too big. We might have to we'll take a bead off. And I like that because once I once I tie it, let me see something. Because once I tie it, it is going to make it. Yeah, I'll leave it like this, and this would be great for a thicker wrist. So we're going to do this one. I'm going to go ahead and tie it. And sometimes you can pull this cord too much, and it'll actually pop on you. So you do have to be very careful about that. So I'm going to wrap it twice, tie it, wrap it once, tie it, wrap it twice, 1, 2, tie it. I like to take it under and bring it back up and then tie it. What that does, I have no idea. It just seems like it would be very secure to me once I do it that way. So we'll do 2 times, 1, 2, and then we'll do 1 more time. And then I'm going to cut this extra off and cut that extra off. And then that knot, I'm going to pull that knot so it'll hide in the hole. Like that. And then we'll have this bracelet. We'll roll it on our wrists. And we have that. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this wire wrapped coconut chip. I'm going to make it as the charm. And I'm gonna do quite a few of them like that, only because I like the way they look. And at a couple of the events, I know during June, they buy a lot of bracelets. And then that's the thing, if you've done different shows, you pretty much know what people buy. And June, they buy a lot of bracelets at that June event, a couple of those June events. So I'm going to put this on here as the charm. I think I want to put, do I want to put something else on here? Let's see. I don't want to make it too chunky, but I want it chunky enough. Let me try something. I'll put one more thing on here. I just want to see what it's going to look like. And if it don't look good, guess what? I'll go ahead and take it off. I'll just use my hands. And then we'll go ahead and close this off real good. Like that. And look at it. Roll it on. And I think I like it with just the one. Like that. The 2 makes it look like it's kind of like too much. Not unless I took the charms all the way around. Oh, you know what? I might just do that too. Take the charms all the way around the bracelet. Right. So I might even, I'm going to take this one off. I think I'm going to just use just a coconut wrap. Because I'm planning to make a lot of the same one, so. And that's what happened when you sit here and start creating. It's like all of a sudden you be like, oh, you know what, let me do this one like this one. But my mindset was to make, you know, enough bracelet that look like this with the coconut roll on. And that does just look better with the one. So we got all our hand painted beads, wood beads. These are really pretty. That's pretty. All these beads are available in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description. For a limited time, I only have a limited amount of them in the store. I am going to be putting different ones in there every day. Enough people ask me about the beads. What happens is people go to the website, and when they go to the Jewelry by BDK website, they may see something in the video. It might be the beads, it might be the charm, it might be a pendant, it might be something, and people will go to the website. That's how I get so many emails. People go to the website, or people will use my email, but more so through the website. So through the website, and they'll say, hey, well, I don't see the beads on here, or I don't see the charms on here, or I don't, you know, and I get enough emails where people are asking me for these things. So I said, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and, you know, put some of the beads on there. So these hand-painted beads are in my Etsy shop. And like I said, they're there for a limited time, 50 cents per bead. So very limited supply. And this is what this bracelet looks like. And we got this one done. So we got 2 done so far. And I'm going to try to make a nice amount of them today, so I can have these, you know, have these available. But anyway, Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. And I wanted to mention that again, we do have new subscribers. And I want to thank you for subscribing. Whatever it was that you saw that made you subscribe, I do hope that you can, you know, that you see more of that. And that you're inspired and encouraged to either create jewelry or just be a creative individual. Whatever it is that you're planning to do, I do hope that you find inspiration on this channel to do whatever it is that you feel like you are wanting to do or need to do. And just operate in intention and in purpose. And all things will work together, especially too, like when you write things down. I'm a journaler, and I say that all the time. I write things down. I'm a planner. I plan things out. I have full planners, full journals, like all that good stuff. And I write things down as I want to see them, based on Habakkuk 2, when it says to write the vision down, make it plain, so though that they that run may read it, and then you understand what it is that you're reading. That's a vision. And the scripture also say, my people perish for the lack of vision. So if we don't have a vision for what it is that we want to be doing, how do you even know what you want to be doing? How do you even know? And then I get emails too where people are saying, well, I want to start my jewelry business and I really just started. And many times in those emails, I'll ask them, well, what's the vision? What do you see for the jewelry business, right? Do you want to have a store? Do you want to have a boutique? Do you want to just sell online? Do you want to be at different events, like packing up and setting up and being a vendor? Do you want to have private parties? Like, what is it that you want to do? And then identifying your market. Who's your market? Who's your customer, right? Have you identified those people? Do you have any idea who you're wanting to sell to? Do you have any idea who will buy your product, right? So it's like a lot of it. We could make it, and then, okay, we make it, but then how are you going to sell it if that's what you're wanting to do? You have to kind of figure those things out if it's what you're wanting to do. Okay, where am I going to sell? How am I going to sell? Does it make sense for me? And a lot of people will say vending. You know, they do want to do events and different things. And I say research those different events. You can always go online. You can do Yelp. You can always, any of these places, organizations or big events like street fairs and expos and all this kind of stuff, they have websites. So you can always go to their website and then research, because what they do is they have a gallery. So you can look at the pictures in their gallery, and it gives you a snapshot of how many people were there. If people were buying, well, not necessarily buying, but you can, if they take pictures of the vendors, look at the vendors. Are the vendor tables full? Do the vendors look like they're happy? Do the vendors look like this was so a waste of money for me? Like, pictures tell a story. I mean, you could really see it. And not only that, though, the pictures will kind of give you a preview or a snapshot of the foot traffic. Because sometimes they'll say, okay, well, foot traffic is like 10,000 people in one day. And then when you go and look at the pictures, right? Okay, well, that don't look like no 10,000 people came through there to me, right? Maybe 5,000, but maybe not 10,000. And then remember, the pictures that they're taking, they're going to take the best pictures that they can take at the fullest moments for those events. So they're taking pictures at the busiest time for that event. So that's what you're looking at when you're looking at those pictures, right? So, and if you're looking, it's like, well, not very many people was there. Chances are that's what it was all about. Not very many people was there. And do you see like pictures where they're taking where people are walking around with a lot of bags, right? If there's vendors there, are there pictures of people walking around with bags, right? Because if vendors there, we generally give bags, right? And if a person buys something, they have a bag. Each place they go to, if those items will fit in the bag that they already have, they'll use the bag that they already have. They don't want another bag a lot of times. They'll just say, okay, we'll put it in this bag because it'll fit, right? And if you don't see people walking around with bags, guess what? Chances are people ain't buying stuff. They're not buying anything. And if they are buying anything, it's little bitty stuff that you can put in your purse. No, I want to see some bags. So research those events, like go on Yelp, just do and you could even type in the name of the event and then type the word reviews behind it. And then chances are you'll get a list of reviews for those events. And if they've been been doing that event for any amount of time, they should have some really good reviews. And even if you go onto Facebook or you go onto Instagram and, they got like 900 followers or they got like 400 followers. Okay, but you've been doing this for 30 years and you only have like 400 followers, right? So that's stuff you have to look at. And you want to charge me $600 to come sell? That don't make sense to me. So that's why I be saying, review those places and check those places out. There's ways to check them out. But anyway, I came for this little bracelet. So I got this done. You're ready to work on more of these. And guess what, family? We'll talk.